once again, thank you so much for being
Yeah, no
here. It's
problem.
such a pleasure. First things first, congratulations. You just released your new album, We. I've been like listening to it for the past like week.
Thanks.
No problem, it's really good.
Thanks.
So what has been, your music touches on so many different genres. So if you had to name the blend of genres you make, what would you call it?
I'd call it Happy Sad, which is also like what my label's called and my clothing line and everything that I do. Kind of, it's just kind of like the balance of a bunch of feelings. And yeah, I guess that's the bucket I'd put it in. But if you had to put it in like a traditional bucket, I guess I'd call it like alternative pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So can you talk a little bit more about how you transform your raw emotions into these songs?
Yeah, sure. So growing up, like my dad always encouraged me to talk about how I feel. And so it was super important to me that I found an outlet for that as an adult as well. So when I was, coming out of college and everything, I started just recording my thoughts and feelings and putting them out on SoundCloud. And people really connected, and that made me feel great. So then that was kind of like what kept me going, is that people reacted in a positive way to the music I was making. And then basically I kept doing that, and it worked out in a big way with a song called I Hate You, I Love You, and thankful for Olivia O'Brien for that. And then I'm constantly inspired by the people who listen. Really is what it comes down to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then one of the interesting things about you is that you create these mini documentaries and these videos that give us a background of how you create these songs. How do you think that impacts the genuine connection you have with your fans?
I think it's just nice to give everybody a little bit more detail. It's like my favorite thing with artists I love, is just learning little things about them that maybe you wouldn't learn from the music necessarily, or from the music videos. So it's important to me to always keep people updated and kind of let everybody know what's going on. And at the same time have my own life and my own personal life, and I like to think I show them what like Gnash does versus like what Garrett does.
Yeah, and I feel like your fans appreciate that. That's
absolutely,
cool
and like I appreciate them for accepting that like I do what I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then what has the impact of social media been like on your career, especially with your rise on SoundCloud?
Yeah, I'd say like music is in an interesting place when it comes to its relationship with social media, because there's kind of a necessity with it, just in a way of like me like marketing myself via that. At the same time, like I love the internet for the positive things it does, like bringing people together and helping people find common interest about things. But the things that it also does are like allow people to have kind of a veil for a lot of negativity and things like that. And granted, I'm fortunate enough that like I don't get a lot of that, just because I put out a lot of goodness, and thankfully a lot of that goodness comes back around to me. But I see what people say to other people online, and it just upsets me. So, but when it comes to me, I'm thankful for social media, because it allows me to kind of communicate with the people who care the most directly, and I think that's awesome, and something that people have never been able to do in the past before. So, if I was able to tweet at John Lennon, I think that'd be pretty cool as a fan.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So one of the things that I'm so excited to talk about is these super cool shades that you kind of made a part of your brand.
Yeah, Circle Sunnies.
Circle Sunnies. So let's talk about them. What makes them you?
I don't know. I wore them a lot for a period of time, like when my logo was getting made, and then I kind of just stuck to it, and I like the way they look on my face. I've learned recently they make my face like round out in my chin a little bit more than necessarily sometimes I want to. So I've been trying some other shapes recently, but because they're part of the logo, I wear them for the shows. I try to give people the ultimate experience of like I try to fulfill expectations in the best way I can, and then beat the expectations a little bit more than maybe what they're expecting. So so we always wear the sunglasses, but with the We stuff, I've been wearing them less and less, just because I'm proud of who I am, and I don't necessarily always need to hide. And I'm thankful for the people that come out to the shows, because they love me for me, and I love them for the same reason.
Awesome, that's great. And then one last thing.
Yeah.
With the song T-shirt has been like one of my favorites.
Oh, thanks.
You still have the red faded one with the no sleeves?
Yeah, to be honest, that song was more of just a fun song that we wrote, and like that was one of the better images I could come up with. But the story's actually based on my dad getting his Letterman jacket stolen from him in high school. And so I kind of like riffed off of that a little bit, and But yeah, but you know, like I think everybody kind of has one of those pieces of clothing from somebody that you know that you think about from time to time.
Right.
So that's kind of what that song's based on.
Awesome,
Yeah.
great. If you would like to add anything else?
Oh yeah, I love you. My name's Garrett. My artist project is called Gnash, and I hope you listen to my album We. I'm very proud of it. Thank you so much.